We go to the internet. I'll quickly rush through what we have here. These days, the internet has become an integral part of a child's life. In fact, some of them, they are constantly, permanently logged on. But I want to emphasize here that despite the negative use of this medium by some misreads, events in the last couple of months in the country clearly attest to it. The internet is still very useful for positive and profitable activities by children. Parents have to be realistic to note that holding back the spread of internet use among children is practically impossible. As a parent, you might be tempted to want to deny your child access to the internet as a means of punishment, especially those who are not convinced of its advantages. Regardless of our views, we need to keep in mind the many useful things the child can benefit from using the internet. Do you, as a parent, allow your child unrestrained access to the internet without some control and monitoring? Do you know that time spent surfing the net sometimes distracts the child from other commitments? If you deny access to your child while all his friends are logged on, he might resort to finding alternative ways to surf, far from your sight and your supervision. Establish from the beginning that using the net requires a level of maturity. If your child uses the internet inappropriately, you need to set some restrictions. Social networking. We can spend the whole day here. And profiling. They download their profiles every minute they are on the net. They are changing this photograph, they are adding some, they are telling you stories. It's very important to them. If a child uses the internet as an extension of relationship with friends that he meets every day, it's fairly healthy. But once they begin to post what they feel they are missing, then there is danger there. You have to be careful. To be curious is a positive thing. Perhaps when we were younger, we were looking up some words too that are like taboo in the house. That's the same thing with the internet. They are curious, they are searching. Parents should therefore try to focus on the behavior rather than the use of the tool itself. Ask yourself, is my child's use of the internet supplementing or substituting real relationships? You need to calm down when you find your child in an appropriate use of the internet. Calm down and avoid dramatizing. Explain your anxiety to your child and use this as an opportunity to open up a line of communication with her or him. This is the time to create or establish that invaluable lesson of trust between you. Encourage your child to always let you know about meeting with anybody beforehand. Don't just allow him or her to set dates that you don't know of, to chat and speak with people that you don't know of, especially at that young age. Video games. By video games, whether handheld, whether on the internet, it is important to remain open to dialogue and pay close attention to the child's needs and the risks involved. Have an idea or understanding of video games yourself. Know your child's interest and the level of maturity, and also if the game is appropriate and not just what everybody is doing. And now, if you are playing this game with your son, you need to know how the system works, what it feels like, and be able to discuss with him or her from point of view of knowledge. If you as a parent you are familiar with video games and you also play with your child, you need to determine at what point entertainment ends and your role as a responsible adult begins. Do you download too illegally? Those who are in need for business. When he grows up and he starts doing this himself, or he's buying, pirated films and videos, what do you do? That is a question for every one of us. It is very important to regulate the time the child spends playing video or online games to avoid dependency. Some people can spend 12 hours. They are just on that thing. And you just wonder, what is happening to all his other commitments. Use this time to teach your child also that this is a game and there is a possibility of winning and losing. There are times in life you win or you lose, but you have to be determined to move on. Don't stay there. I've seen scenes where children, because they lose, they start crying. And they don't want to play anymore. Now, as a parent, you need to come in and encourage that child to continue. I've added television here because some people might argue against the inclusion of television as an ICT tool, because it's been with us for a long time. At least everyone has a TV. But the emergence of new media technology, especially the digital cable, the IPTV, is transforming television to such a level that it has come to mean something quite different in the minds of today's young children than it was with our own experience as children. Some people even sleep with it. You have television, DSTV or cartoon in the children's room,